All right, time for some more PIJ. Did a little bit of things off screen. I made this a tiny bit better. I know it doesn't look that much different, but I did do a little bit of changes. Looks a little bit cleaner now. Still not great, but it's a little better, and this is a little better too. I spaced them out a little bit more. Add that little transition. Let's see if I can get to it. Oh shoot. Okay. I added more vines and made it look a little bit better. I made it look like this, and I also no, that was all I did. That was all I did. That was the last thing I did. Was right here. Yeah, this obviously is 2-speed. So let me show you this really quick. And right now it looks like this. And also I've been getting pretty good at the layout. Really cool looking part. I really like this ball part. I know it looks kind of odd on this, but I like it. I think it looks cool. And this obviously is like the the foreground, and this is the background, and this is the middle ground. So it looks pretty cool. I think I did it pretty well. So yeah, I think what we're going to be working on is whoa, that's kind of weird. Is this? I want to work on a background for this here. This I'll probably work on off screen because it's literally just me just scaling things up and down, just making it look better. Because right now it looks like this, which this doesn't look too bad, and then this is kind of poor right now, but that's the story for another day. But anyways, let's go and work on this, and I have no clue how to approach this. So, let's see here. So we want to use. Let's see here. Trying to figure out how to approach this. Maybe some of these. Let me get those oranges. I think they're right here. Yeah. Okay, hold on. What did I use for this one? Oh, 910. So 910. Yeah, that was right. Kind of weird color. Um, that doesn't really match. No, looks more bricky than anything else. Bricky. Is that even a word? I don't know. Maybe some of these. I was thinking about like doing like something like this. Kind of just have that just kind of flying in the background. I mean, I could just use that for air deco. It's like maybe like some of the dual or something. Maybe I'll just use that for air deco. I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna put this like over here for now. Actually, hold on. Like do that. Yeah, there we go. So I'll just use that for like air deco. Um, let's see. How do we want to do this? So we want more bricks, or not bricks, but we want more of these kind of blocks. So like very runic looking. So we gotta try and find one that's kind of like that. I don't want to do an exact, but I want it to look at least similar. Maybe something like this. Those look like wash machines. Um. Ooh, these. I could do that. So let me just slap this around. Put this here, 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 and here, and here. So something like that. Um, and obviously we want to connect these darn things. So we want obviously the same color. Ooh, Bopple Battle. I did that last night. Even though it was a very short session, but I did it nonetheless. So we just do that. Ooh, that looks weird. Do this. Yeah, I guess that kind of works. Do we have one that's like almost like a corner? Oh, we do. It's right here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's what we want. 10. Yeah, there we go. And that's kind of fine if we do it like this. Okay, so we want that. We want. I want to make like different shapes here, and we'll mess around with these colors a little bit. So put this one here. Put this. Oh no, that one there. That's fine. Yeah. So do something like this, and then put a turn here. Put that there, and then have it like connect to this one. So have it do like something like this. Or actually, I'm gonna remove that one, put that one there. Okay. So that works. And then we can put this one. And then obviously put it straight down like this. And then put this one here. This is so strange. This is very weird. We can put this one here and have it connect to this one. And then we can do something like this. Where we have it like that. Um, oh man, oops. Maybe like something like this. Now we can put them like in between actually. So it would be like this. And then that one can stay put. This one can go here. This one can go here. That one can go here. We'll remove this one. Put one of those there. Then put this one. And put that one on. So something close to this, and then we will put um, these on. So we'll put this, and then we'll put this, and then put this, and then we'll put one of these, and then get rid of this piece and put one of these ones on. Where is that? Right here. And then we will kind of just paste these around. So something like this. Okay, what we're gonna do with this is obviously we need to put it at the same color like as everything else. So it looks like this. Okay, we want this to be on layer. Let's put on 3. 3. Why is that? Oh. And then put this like here. Here. And here. Or well, here. And like right here. We'll put it like this. So something like this. What are these doing? They're on 1. Why the heck is that getting in the way? You need to go back to layer 1. Why the heck were those on editor layer 3? That was strange. Alright, whatever. I'll probably just like place them there at the last minute. Alright, whatever. Alright, next free 43. Alright. Oops. And we'll put the alpha right over here. This is where we put all of our alpha triggers. Kind of just put that one out of the way. 43. We want 0 opacity, 0 fade time. And then we will put it right here once you enter into that wave. 43 fade time of 0.39 and put it at like a point. Let's put it at like a 0.5. So something like this. Or actually, no, about 0.35. Make it subtle. Okay, let's put a start position here. That's not. Oh. Dang it, I knew I would do that. Alright, there. Well, that's pretty cool. Cool. Alright, well, that turned out well. Yeah, well enough. Oh, I can see little shadows. Hold on. These need to be in the back. That's probably why it looks weird. Yeah, we want these all on B5. So it's right behind everything. There we go. That makes it look a lot better. And actually, you know what? Let's put this right about there. Can I stop doing that? And then I also want this one on the same layer. Yeah, 4. There we go. So these ones will be on 4. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because I want it to be kind of weird looking. Let's put another one like over here. Put one there, and then put another one like here. We'll see how that looks. So obviously they'll block off some of it. Oopsies. Oopsies. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I can actually get rid of some of these objects now. So any of this that overlaps, um, so obviously that one can go. That one's fine. Yeah, those can go. That one can go. That one can stay. Just licking right now. Okay, that one can stay. Get rid of these. All right, that's a little better. That's pretty cool. That is a pretty neat custom background. Um, so what we can do is I actually want to add some water to this. And to be honest, we might be able to pull that off. Yeah, because there's some water in here. Yeah, because of course it's this. Do I have any blues? I don't think I've used any blues. Oh, no, right there. Yeah, so something like this. And obviously we want to mess around with this a little bit. Let's put this on B1. Yeah, there we go. So we can do something like this. Okay. Well, obviously we need to color it. We need it. Let's actually make a new color. How do you actually? How does a green look like? Eh. Um. Maybe like a very light orange. Like almost like something like this. That is way too much hue. Make it a little bit darker. Make it transparent like this. Something like this. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want. Okay. And obviously we want that to go down. So let me do that. Have a nice little waterfall now. Can put one here. And put one right about, let's say right about there. Get rid of these. To about there. We can actually do that. And this one we can actually go B3. So you can see those spikes. And then obviously we need this. Back. And we want this one. This needs to be a B3. Let's see here. Is there a splash effect that I can use? I could use this. Looks kind of fiery though. But yeah, I can probably use that. How's that even look? Looks kind of weird. It doesn't really blend too well with that background. Let me get rid of this. Get rid of all the points that it goes through. So it goes like something like this instead. That is very strange. Yeah, that is a very weird effect that we got going there. I'm almost not digging that color I did for the glow. You use something like that. That glow is going to have to be lighter though. So we're gonna have to do this, which obviously is gonna take a little bit. Oops. There. Right there. Right there. There. And right there. Okay. So we want all of this to be on a different layer. I want that on 6, just so we can get it out of the way. And I want it to be on a new group. Make it lighter. Make it like barely invisible. Yeah, so something like this. It just cleans up the colors and makes it look better. So that's why I'm doing this. There we go. So that fits in a little bit better. And actually, we can mess around with this block too. We can add like a little faucet block almost. Let's see here. Anything that looks like a faucet or something. Yeah, like this. Let me get that orange that I've been using. This needs to go down to 10. Yeah, I think we can do that. And then obviously we need this one to go there. And this one to go here. And then obviously these can be on B2. So it can be right behind it. Or actually, no. It needs to be still B1. So it looks like that. So I know it looks bad right now. And then we put it on that 44 that we gave the other group. the glow. Um, let me let me let me let me grab these. 44, like that. There we go. That's what we want. So something like that is what we want. Actually, oops. Get rid of these two items and do that. So it goes all the way straight down. B2. These need to be on B3. There we go. And these ones can be on B4. Perfect. That's what we want. All right, how does that look? Well, that definitely looks a lot better. This is still kind of empty right here. We can add a little bit of structures up there too. Maybe add like a big old tree up there, like something like this. So let me turn these, make it a little bit more realistic and a little bit cleaner. Well, not really realistic, you know what I mean. No, it just needs to be a little cleaner. It looks really weird. And like this, and then we want this block. Turn it around. It needs to be over here. I don't know why I clicked. And this needs to go there. There. And then this one needs to go here. And you can kind of paste this down and put it like on the background. So obviously this would be a B5. And actually I want this on we'll put on group 7, or not group 7, layer 7, just to get it out of the way. And we'll scale it. So it looks like this. So you can only see really the top of it. Now obviously this is all green. Most of the level is green. So it should look like that. There we go. And then we kind of just like block it off almost. Actually, no. No, we don't want to do that. Okay. We can actually do like almost like another tree design, but this one might be a little different. I'm actually gonna put this on layer 8. Scale it up. And kind of just do this. To make it look like it fell on it. Yeah, that's the brown that we want. Come on. Where's the other? Do I have another brown in here? No, it's in here. It's this one. That's what we want, yeah. So, like that. Actually, put this on B4. Kind of clashes with it, but actually does make it look a little better as a result. And then we can put the log on B5. So that it looks like that. I'm actually going to do this. Scale it down. And then scale it down more. Here. And then scale it down to like 0.75. So like that. There we go. That's cool. So you can't actually see it. And actually it does match the this part right here. Because that sounds like water right here. So that does actually match. So I do like that. Okay, I think that's where we're going to stop. That is just massive progress. So, yeah, that's a pretty decent part. Might add some more stuff to it, but that really transformed that into a actual decent part. Let's start some runs from zero while we're at it before we head out. Because I got work tomorrow, so I can't really do this for very long. See how far I can get. This level's looking really good. Okay, that was an unresponsive click. Alright. I am timing things extremely late. Alright. That's pretty good. How many objects do we have? 7K. Oh boy. We're not even at the end of the level yet. we're not even at the drop. Oh gosh. There's gonna be so many objects on this darn level. That's fine. I'll have to optimize it a little bit. So 50% done. Yeah, I would say about there. Anyways, I'm done. I'm going to bed. Have a good night and goodbye.